Yeah, hi, smiling coders. So today we're going to demonstrate you an example of how we can take a simple use case for data analytics, and we're going to compare. This session is going to be around, a great comparison learning of data analytics and data scientists, and this is going to be a duration where you will have code hands-on as well as deep dive understanding. So before that, let me demonstrate you what are we going to do today. So yes, so today for all the community members of Code Range, we are here to understand the data analytics and data science. So before we talk about what's exactly data science and data analysts, the first we're going to understand here the first phase is data analysts. So what is exactly data analysts? To understand data analysts, I'm going to demonstrate with a simple WhatsApp case study. So we all use WhatsApp, and each one of us know how to work with WhatsApp, right? So when you say you know how to work with WhatsApp, you all are using WhatsApp. So I'm going to demonstrate a WhatsApp case study using for a data analyst and data scientist comparison in depth. So before that, so let me demonstrate this is how a WhatsApp actual data is all about. Let's say we all use WhatsApp. Let's say in our WhatsApp data is all about, let's say, for a certain people, we all interact with certain people in every month, and how many days you keep interacting, how many hours you spend. Let's assume this data was accumulated by WhatsApp, and WhatsApp knows for each person among us interact with hundreds of people, but maybe in that hundreds of people you interact with one person more, or few communications are minimal. So this is actual, let's assume this is actual data of a WhatsApp. Let's assume this. So I am demonstrating simple WhatsApp data. This is a WhatsApp chat actually. So to make it for everyone simple, your WhatsApp chat might contain the person name, okay, and when you have interacted with him, in which month you have interacted with him, how many days you have interacted with him, how many hours you have been spending time with interaction with this. This data has been a very simple data to make you understand the data insights of data analytics. Okay, so before I go demonstrate the code, so first we will try to understand the steps here. Okay, so when you have a WhatsApp data, so what do you do with this wall data? Is that the data internals? Let me tell. So first you load the WhatsApp chat data from your CSV file into a table called as data frame that we're going to do now. And what our goal is to count how many messages each contact person sent. That's our goal. How many messages each contact person has sent to you. And find the top 5 contacts who have sent the most messages. And we are going to draw a bar chart to visually show which contacts have sent the most messages. For this, we are going to use a simple data analytics here. For all the beginners, for all the someone who has experienced folks also, for everyone to think as a data analyst. So first we have to understand the data internals. So I'm going to do a simple 5 steps now with a coding now. So I'm going to do hands-on coding. For this hands-on coding, I'm going to demonstrate with a Google Colab here. So I'm going to use a Google Colab. So in this Google Colab, so first let me demonstrate what I'm going to do. I'm going to open this. You can see here, what I'm doing is I'm importing some packages here. Import pandas and matplotlib. I'm opening this file, that is this file. So this is a file I have here. So this is actually this file. This file has the hours, days, and months, and names and timestamps of the data. So I will first load this WhatsApp chat data into the CSV file, and then I'll count how many messages each contact person has sent. Okay, and find the top 5 contacts who have sent the most messages. So we are going to demonstrate that code. How we are going to demonstrate it is, so first I'll load the file using a library called read CSV. I'll pass this file path, and I will take the column names and count how many. So from that name columns, I'll count what is actually value count and take the top 5 message counts. And this top 5 message counts, I'm going to use a basically a bar plot, and in this bar plot I'm going to pass using a plot library, and I'm going to plot with x-axis context and y-axis rotation. This maybe you say that, Venkat, this is very simple to start off with to understand data analytics. It's very simple. From my data, I see person one has been sending more messages, person four, and then person three and person two. Correct. So in this way, we all understood the insights of the data. What is that we understood? The insights of a data, how to, for a business requirement, if the business requirement was given by your organization is load the data and tell me, find out the top five contacts who are sent with the most messages and count it. Let's say that is your business requirement. So how to deep dive into this with a small code we have demonstrated. Now, we all know, okay, we all know that we are able to achieve this with the data outcome. And the data outcome of the WhatsApp, what we are able to see here is, we are able to understand is that the top five contacts by message count, we are able to see this data. Okay. And that is an important demonstration which we have achieved here. So now the participants would be having a simple question. Venkatesh, if this is what we have done, now what's the next question I have is, let's go, what data analytics concept teaches us. So we will also understand in your WhatsApp, so how data can change over a time. Okay. Or what is the trend identification of your data. Okay. So that is the next thing we can do with the WhatsApp chat. Okay. How we can do that also in your WhatsApp chat is, why we are doing that scenarios also is, so I'll tell you a scenarios. So I took WhatsApp chat as a simple demonstration because everyone would be able to easily connect to that. First, I loaded the data. I just figured out I want to know who all the contacts who was most oftenly sending messages. Stuff that I figured out it by writing a small minimal code. And next thing we are trying to understand is the time series data. And in this time series data, we are seeing the real world use cases. Example is that, suppose you want to see which days were most heavily you did a chatting. You want to see when you did a lot of chatting. Okay. So let's say you want to check your chatting habits. Let's say you want to do your personal, you want to do a chat analyzer app. You want to build this thing. Okay. If you want to build that use cases, if you want to see that analysis, you want to find out the peak activities that you do, maybe what type of, you want to analyze your what type of chats or what type of activity you do. So you want to learn how do you chat more on weekdays and weekends. So this all trends, if you want to know, we do this concept called as time series analysis. What is that? Time series analysis. So how your data changes over your time, or how your interaction changes over your time. This is what we are going to demonstrate with the time series. So during time series, we do aggregation, we group the data, and then we visualize it. So how we can do that? I'm going to demonstrate with the coding here. So let's do that with a simple case study here. Okay. So as I told you, the demonstration of data analytics is all about, we are actually loading an Excel sheet, processing the data and analyzing and summarizing it. That is what we are doing here. Okay. Now I'm going to demonstrate a simple time series thing. Again, I'll open this file. Okay. I'll convert a timestamp. This timestamp is there, right? This column. I'll convert this timestamp code into date and time. Okay. And then I'm gonna count, aggregate the message count based on the date. Based on the date, I'll aggregate what was the time messages that we have oftenly received here. Yeah, so yes, that is what we did. And then we tried to plot the frequency over the time. And so how is your data frequency is happening. So this we are trying to do some kind of summarization here. Okay, and this is something we are trying to summarize here. So with this, we will understand what is your daily messages volume over a time that you will get. Okay, so it can be how many messages you receive over a period of time in a day, how do you receive that, and how oftenly that happens. So this is a simple understanding for a layman to understand what is data analytics. So we further do dashboards also in real time activities. We create dashboards. We create future predictions. We do all this examples. So even now, let's say, imagine your WhatsApp already have the integration of your machine learning concept there. How it has integrated machine learning concept also I'll demonstrate next. But before I demonstrate that, if you guys have any questions here, I am very happy to take it that, because the data outcome here, we did a very simple WhatsApp case study to understand data analytics. So this was the outcome we have received here, and that's the outcome we have received here over the things. So any questions here? We are